I guess the biggest thing has been the appointment of the Commissioner Thembinkosi Bonakele. And I say it's big because for any organization to function properly, to function efficiently, there needs to be leadership and strong leadership. It guides all the investigators, it guides the institution, there's a clear vision. So it's great for the lawyers, it's great for business when there's clear leadership and there is a permanent commissioner. And Thembinkosi Bonakele is the current commissioner and he's been with the commission for many, many years. So it's interesting to have seen what has happened or what has been done since he took over. And maybe I can talk a little bit about that. So, I mean, at Bowinkel we are a big competition team, so we deal with all aspects of competition law. So it's been interesting to see the activities in the mergers and acquisitions division, activities in terms of investigations. And, I mean, you know, certain things are good, certain things are bad, but, you know, with it's been quite good to see some of the matters that have been lying dormant sort of come alive, and I'd like to think that that's because there is impetus, he's putting enough impetus on the investigators to get things done, which is always good for business to get things going. The second thing which I think is quite interesting is the tribunal. I mean, they always, and if you look at the tribunal's rating, they always do very, very well. They are a strong body. Their decisions are they're held in very high regard. And one of the interesting developments this year is seeing how our tribunals not moving, but being a little bit more creative in terms of the remedies that are imposed for cartel conduct or for conduct that's found to be anti-competitive. Traditionally or ordinarily, a penalty is meant to be, ideally should be what deters a participant or respondent from conducting themselves in the same way. But I think we've learned that that's not necessarily a deterrent. People pay the fines, business pays the fines, and they move on. And for example, the recent Sasol matter earlier this year, where Sasol was fined close to 500 million rand, which is a lot of money. But when one looks at the decision, one can see that in addition to the penalty itself, the tribunal was wanting to look at other types of remedy that would have more of an impact, and which is why they made certain recommendations or spoke about ways in which prices can be determined. The decision is currently on appeal, so we wait to see whether or not that will happen. And also, you know, there is a risk that by doing that, by the tribunal doing that, the risk is that they might go into price regulation, which is the last thing that anyone wants. So there's the debates both ways, but it's just, you know, it's nice to see that there are more creative ways of achieving what is good competition, a good competition environment.